baseball while we go out and do some food delivery. We're going to see if the Mets can somehow figure out how to get over this horrible, horrible streak that they're on. And they're facing a team that's really good pitching. And when you have a Mets team that has not been pitching well and struggling to be consistent with their hitting, this could potentially put the Mets' postseason hopes maybe a little more on the ropes than a lot of Mets fans think. Like, I understand that we all think, hey, this team is good and got to get to the playoffs and then see what happens, but you really do have to get to the playoffs. And right now, this team is not showing any sort of cohesiveness or any sort of real desire to be like, yeah, let's be excited to make a playoff run here. So we're going to see. We're going to kind of keep moving, see what sort of stuff we can find out here. We're going to head to, we're going to just drive a little bit kind of towards the north half of town, see if we can find anything over there. It's been a pretty slow delivery night so far. So we're going to just see if we can find some orders, see if it picks up at all here as we head into the second half of supper time. Mets game is set to start here in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to be giving you my live updates. I am listening to the game. Got the stream going on here. All right, and we did get ourselves a $10 plus for 4 Mile on Panera, so we're going to go ahead and grab that. $10 plus for 4 miles from Panera Bread. We are right here at the Panera. I actually had a Panera sip cup and I ended up spilling it all over the back seat. It's a complete mess back there. But we don't need to talk about that right now. So we are back. We are immediately on a $10 plus order from Panera. $10 plus for 4 miles. We are at the store. So we're going to pick this up really quick. Yeah, it's bad. I'll show you. There's like strawberries, and luckily there was a garbage bag on the ground and it kind of landed in the garbage bag. So there's my really sad sip cup all over the ground in the back. I do have a second one and I'm gonna go refill it while I'm in there. But that was the good one. That was the strawberry fresca. So all right, I'm going to be right back with you. I'm going to go pick this up. It's 1, 2, 3. I would say it's at least 4 meals worth of stuff. So this might be our best order of the night. We shall see. So I'll be right back with you, and we'll be right back talking about New York Mets baseball in just a second. All right, we are back at it. So, of course, the first order has to be the delayed order that cuts out the stream, but it's all good. And of course, the New York Mets are already losing 1-0, but what would you expect the way this team has been playing? We just picked up our order from Panera. It's 10 plus for 4 miles. Now we just got to drive the 4 miles. So we like staying busy. We like big orders. We don't like long waits. And it's amazing. That was the only order they were working on. It just took them that long. But we got the order, which includes a big loaf of French bread, riding shotgun with me here. Piper, sorry I missed you, but hello. Hope that you were doing well. It's the bottom of the first. Luis Castillo is pitching for the Seattle Mariners. He's been pitching well recently. The Mets are at the plate. I believe it's 1-0 is the score. Lindor hits this one deep. And it is a home run for Francisco Lindor. That is Lindor's second home run over the last 2 nights, so he finally looks like he is waking up. Hopefully the rest of the team and the pitching staff will follow as well. There's a lot of cars over here. I wonder if there's a football game. There might actually be a football game at the local high school here tonight. Which is kind of crazy. High school football season. There's a lot of cars over here, so that also should help though too for our late night deliveries, because I do remember there were bumps when football games were over. You get a lot of people who are hungry. I'll have to remember to avoid that intersection going forward. All right, we got to go about 3 more miles. We're just going to do a giant loop. We're almost back around to Panera, but we're facing the right way now. So yeah, anytime that there's like a big high school football game in town, usually leads to more orders. All right, Brandon Nimmo at the plate. So the Mets are trying to figure out how to get back to some form of a winning way. It's 1-1. Mets and Mariners are tied with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. Swimmo Brandon Nimmo is at the plate for the Mets. And we are in the middle of delivering a Panera order. So that's what we have going on. Sorry for the stream delay that we had there for a little bit. But hopefully we'll be good and no more long delays for the rest of the night. Three balls and 2 strikes to Brandon Nimmo. And Nimmo strikes out. That's 2 outs for the Mets here in the bottom of the first inning. Game is all tied up 1-1. Don't worry, I'm not actually watching the game, just listening to it in my headphone. Keeping you guys updated, so we can be talking any and all sorts of baseball and sports stuff that we have going on. Pete Alonso swing and a miss at the first pitch. No balls, 1 strike to Pete. Pete Alonso is now the all-time home run leader for the New York, past Darryl Strawberry a couple of nights ago. I was fortunate to be able to watch it. I was working on eBay stuff while he hit it, and congratulations to Pete. Very excited for him. Pete Alonso is going to be retired, and that is going to be the end of the first inning. 1-1. Mets and Mariners are tied as we head to the top of the second. Mets fans have their eyes on a couple of games. The big game, I think, probably the more important of the two, is Brewers at the Reds. That game is currently 1-1, the bottom of the second, but the Reds have the bases loaded. We are on our way to deliver this Panera order. It's $10 plus for 4 miles. We're more than halfway there. This drop-off is going to leave us pretty close to downtown and our good old friend Magic Dumpster that we have not visited in a good long time. So stay tuned and maybe we will getting to Magic Dumpster if we don't get another good order right away. It's probably where we'll set up. Usually between 7:30, 8 o'clock at night is where I like to move towards downtown. Certainly by 8. Appreciate you guys being here. Hope everybody is doing well. Welcome back, Captain Platinum. It's 1-1, Mets and Mariners at the end of the first inning. So both teams able to score in the first. Sean Manaea is pitching for the Mets tonight. Of course, when he was in Oakland, he pitched against the Mariners quite a bit, so they are both familiar with each other. They went right after Manaea in that first inning. Mariners were very aggressive with their swings. We've got about a half mile to go. This is a 10 plus for 4 mile Panera order, Platinum Plus order. Haven't seen any, I saw one catering order, but it wasn't good. Haven't seen any good catering large orders tonight yet. But for Friday night, the night is still kind of young. We'll just keep going and delivering so long as the orders keep coming in. And of course we have the game going on as well now too. Let's go. We're going to go visit Magic Dumpster, see if he's got the magic. We are looking for the magic at the dumpster. Awesome. Way to go, Captain Platinum. Make that money. Get out there. And it's, right, it's only 4:30 by you, so it's like anytime it's a Friday and the orders start coming in by 4:30 or earlier, it's always great. So we did not go out. I did not deliver this morning or afternoon. The kids were out delivering with me for the last 4 days, and they just needed a day at home. They're good, but you know, as a kid, imagine just like, this is hit pretty deep to center field. Mitch Garver hits a home run for the Mariners. It is 2-1 Seattle over the Mets. Mets pitching continues to just be trash. Yeah, I am not top rated on Instacart right now, so I don't see anything good at Costco. I'm trying to get there though, trying to get my 300 deliveries up. Alright. Going into a little apartment complex here. Please don't knock. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to Diamond before October, so I got a lot of deliveries here. I got average 5 a day. So we'll see. I don't usually take too many. I don't take too many Instacart orders during supper for the most part. So, all right. This time you won't time out. I'll be right back with you guys. I'm gonna go drop this one off. Big bag. All right, got her completed. It's the 12. Like I said, we get lots of 7s and lots of 12s. Lots of people who tip 5, lots of people who tip 10. Occasionally you get the weird numbers. Occasionally you get the nice big 20, something like that. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I stopped fighting on Instacart for a while, but I don't know. I don't think so. I think there's only 2 good ways to play Instacart. One is you just leave it running all the time and you snipe good ones now and then and you just don't worry about any of the programs, or you need to go all out and go for diamond, because I'm the tier below, whatever that one is, the completed 100 deliveries or whatever, and I don't really feel like I get any benefit from that whatsoever. They say I do, but I don't really feel like it's worth it. So I think you either go on the, just leave it running and take it. It's good for afternoons. I always like it. If you're full-time, like if you're full-time gig delivery, it's good for afternoons when it gets slower. But I've been using that time more to source items for my eBay store. So but I think you either have to go for diamond or you just don't worry about anything. It's one or the other. Oh, we see lots of like 4s. I don't think I've seen anything in the 3s. But I see lots of like 4s, you know, 10 items, no tip for $4 or 4 and change or something like that. I don't think I've seen a straight 3 or, you know, or under $4 one. That I can recall at least. This is a 5 for 2. It's technically a platinum, but I'm gonna pass on it. I think there's a better chance of getting some good stuff if we get a little bit more to our downtown zone. We're gonna go park by a place we call Magic Dumpster. By the way, it's 2-1 Mariners here, and going to the bottom of the 2nd inning now. So Magic Dumpster is in a back alley behind some of our nicer higher end restaurants. Our high end restaurants do really well in season, which is about November through March. You can get good orders, it's just not as many of them. So, but I should have top priority for any of the better orders that come through, at least on the DoorDash side. So I do think, we were talking about this before. There you go, there's the Magic Dumpster emojis. It's been a long time. We'll show you Magic Dumpster, let everybody meet. Good old Dumpy. But I like the idea I was talking with Jaeger about on the last stream, of just taking a single Uber Eats order every day and then just shutting the app off. Take whatever, good, bad, ugly, Unless it's like absolutely atrocious, you know, like $2 for 15 miles. But assuming it's just something bad, just do that for 30 days. Or you could, if you wanted to get through it a little faster, if your first one's not horrible, you could take a second one. And then try to get up to the gold level on Uber, just to see if I could get some slightly better orders. And then see if 3 out of every 10 would be good during supper time. That seems like the most painless way to get to gold on Uber, because every other way. And there is a leadoff base hit for Jeff McNeil for the Mets. So Uber used to be the best, but now they rolled out this green program. My acceptance rate on Uber is sub 5. It's just so bad. So if we don't get any other orders, we're going to go park by Magic Dumpster. Vientos rounds out 2/3. $11 for 4. Just because you're platinum doesn't mean they're only going to send you good stuff. There's still lots of junk you got to sort on platinum. Let's go. Let's go. It's a green arrow. We're probably going to have to get gas at some point here tonight too. Pretty soon. Normally I try to gas up before the shift, but my wife had the car today. So I mean, there were days I used to make $200 on Uber alone. The best of the best, and usually like a full day on Uber was at least a guaranteed $100. I think I've taken 3 Ubers this week. So there's a runner on second here. 1 out. Cedric Mullins at the plate for the Mets. We're going to actually sit and watch the game here once we park. This is popped up to the infield. Cedric Mullins is retired, and Jeff McNeil remains at second base. All right, we'll get parked here. I'm going to show you guys Magic Dumpster. On the very end there's Magic Dumpster, the green and yellow. So we'll see if Magic Dumpster has some magic for us here tonight. We have one more side view. There it is. There's Magic Dumpster. So this is where we go when we need a good. Yeah, no. And the thing is, the people who are making the big money on Uber are also taking all the junk orders. So I don't know. It's too bad. But I'm gonna try. I think eventually here, take 1 Uber a day. And if it's good, I'll take a second one. And if it's bad, then just shut it down for the rest of the day until I get my acceptance rate up to 30. So basically 30 straight days. That should get me to gold, and then then only turn it on for supper. See if I can get enough orders at supper to make it worth it. Francisco Alvarez is up for the Mets. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're sitting here at Magic Dumpster. Well, yeah, that's the other way they do it. And that's the interesting thing is, if you get a trip radar, does that even go to your acceptance rate? I don't know. Up the middle, base hit! McNeil is going to score from second base, and the Mets tie the game up 2-2. So the Mets can't pitch, but at least they can hit. It definitely makes it a lot more. We're in someone's selfie right now. Someone's taking a selfie, and I can see. Can you see them? They're taking a selfie behind me. So the vibe just ended up in someone's selfie. That's really funny to me. So indirectly, you got to watch someone take a selfie, I guess. All right, so the Mets tie it up. There's a runner on first here with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Ronnie Mauricio is at the plate for the Mets. Well, the Reds now lead the Brewers 8-1, so there kind of goes that idea of the Brewers helping the Mets. Just moving up just a little bit here. And that's pulled into right field. Ronnie Mauricio has a 2-out single. Mets have runners on first and third with 2 outs. Let's go Mets, baby! Let's go D-Rails. I mean, at least the bats are coming alive. That's about the only good thing I can say. So Francisco Lindor has probably been our best hitter the last couple games. Already has a home run tonight. He's coming up with runners on first and third with 2 outs. The thing is, I don't even know what I would consider a safe lead for this Mets team right now. You can't trust the starters. Right now, Magic Dumpster is probably like, what? It's been a couple of months, so we'll see. We'll see. We'll give a couple minutes. A 12-run lead, maybe. Maybe I'd feel comfortable with the 12-run. It's like Little League. It's like no lead is safe with this team. They're showing the replay of the Lindor home run from earlier. Just got out, but that's enough. But the benefit is, while we're sitting here, I just get to watch the Mets game. So it's not a bad trade-off. Get to hang out with you guys and watch the Mets game. So that works for me. We'll get something in the next little bit. Or if not, we'll just move somewhere else. But I want to at least see the end of this. See if Lindor can get somebody else. Maybe the Mets can actually take the lead. First pitch is just a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes to Lindor. Francisco Alvarez is on third. Ronnie Mauricio is on first. With 2 outs, Alvarez will score on anything, but it's 2-0 now to Lindor. 2 balls, no strikes. Lindor takes a good rip, fouls that one back off the glove and or hand of the catcher there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Appreciate you guys hanging out. So we're watching some Mets baseball, waiting for some good deliveries, hopefully to come in. We won't sit here too long. We'll come back here later to Magic Dumpster. Sometimes the magic of Magic Dumpster is after dark. I would not expect Mauricio to be running here. Obviously, unless it gets to like a 3-2 count or something like that. There we go. We got our order. 850 plus for 3.4 miles. A good drop off that keeps us right down in this area. So a Magic Dumpster works. It's magic. A pad thai and a couple of Thai donuts is what we're getting here. I can give like 30 more seconds and I got to go get the order. For baseball derails or for the Mets? I mean, in my mind, the American League MVP has to be Cal Raleigh. Playing one of the toughest positions there is in baseball. So American League, I mean, I'm not looking at all the stats. I'm just going off of gut feel. I honestly haven't had time to like sit and look at all the stats recently. But Lindor lines it up the middle! The Mets are going to take the lead. Alvarez scores. Mauricio moves up to second. It's 3-2 Mets lead. All right, I got to go get this order. Hopefully it's ready, and I'll be right back with you. All right, we got that picked up. I would say, I don't know. I'm sure it's Judge and Ohtani are probably the favorites, but I'm going to say probably Schwarber, as much as I hate to say it. But that would be kind of where I would go on the NL. But there's still a lot to be played. But I'm always kind of a contrarian too. So bases are loaded for the Mets here. Nimmo is at the plate. There's still 2 outs. No runs have come in since I left you, but all right, that is a foul ball. So 3-2 pitch was a foul ball by Nimmo there. Mets have gotten Castillo's pitch count up. It's 32 pitches this inning alone for Castillo. So this is what the Mets hitters need to get back to. Look, at the beginning of the season, there were so many times that Mets pitching bailed out horrible Mets hitting. So it's time for the hitters to step up and bail out this pitching staff. This is going to be grounded out. And Nimmo's retired. But the Mets do take a 3-2 lead that inning. We are doing this, got to go about 3 miles. Drop off this sushi pad thai order. So if you hear my hood on this car a couple times, I've got a light that's kind of wonky, and I don't know what's wrong with it. I got to really work on it. Maybe tomorrow I'll take some time but I got to keep it on. Like, I got to adjust it every once in a while. I don't know if there's like a clip that got out of whack or something. I might even work on it if it doesn't get dark too quickly here. So we're on commercial break, headed to the top of the 3rd inning. It's 3-2 Mets over the Mariners. The Reds are already in great position to win tonight against the Brewers, up 8-1 at last check. So should the Reds win and the Mets lose, I believe they would be tied for that final wild card spot. And the Mets just need to start winning games. It really doesn't matter how. They just got to figure out a way to start winning games. We're going to go about 2.5 miles on this drop-off. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Mets game is on a commercial break right now, so you're not missing any of that action. We'll be updating you. That comes through as well. So yeah, my personal MVP picks would be Raleigh and Schwarber. I mean, basically every night, Pete Alonso and Kyle Schwarber are going back and forth in a lot of the top stats categories. But obviously the Phillies have had a better season. And I think should it remain that way, then it should remain that way. That's just kind of my take. Now, if the Phillies fall off and the Mets catch them, then maybe my opinion changes. But the Phillies have had their rough patches too, but they've managed to continue to put distance. And part of it's been the utter incompetence of the Mets to do anything good for about 2 months. At least anything consistently good. We got about 1.5 miles to go. And Randy Arozarena gets a leadoff hit for the Mariners in the top of the 3rd inning. All right, Cal Raleig's at the plate now for the Mariners. Mets are up 3-2, top of the third. Neither team can pitch well tonight, apparently. Though, if anything, that maybe bodes in the Mets' favor, because we already knew the Mets couldn't pitch. And there goes a home run for Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh's 46th home run of the season. And the Mariners retake the lead at 4-3. So Cal Raleigh is just having an amazing season. I have no idea, D-Rails. It seems impossible to me that Major League Baseball pitchers would be this bad without lucking into at least a couple of good games. I mean, it's been 2 months. It's been an absolute dumpster fire for 2 months for New York Mets pitching staff. I mean, we all knew they were pitching over their heads in, April and May. But, I mean, that's like how they're pitching right now is like, I have no idea. I mean, I'm a Mets fan, but just from a simple, I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling. And, I tend to have a natural bias of liking Jeremy Hefner, but the fact that they haven't made any adjustments for 2 months, or whatever adjustments they've made haven't worked, one or the other, however you want to phrase it, that's rough. Hefner's been there through a lot of regimes and managed to hold on to his job, but I don't know. I mean, if the Mets don't make the playoffs, some heads have to roll this year. That they will roll. Yeah, I mean, maybe they might be making some sort of mechanical adjustment that we can't see, but whatever adjustments they're making. All right, I'm having. Says that the pin is invalid at the gate. Sean, drop off your order. All right. Somebody just came in. I'm going in. Got to get through when the gate opens. All right, gotta get this dropped off here really quick. We're on a clock here. DoorDash doesn't care if the gate code doesn't work. Gotta get your food delivered. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some heads are gonna have to roll for the Mets. Even if they make the playoffs, if they're bounced out early or something like that. I mean, if they don't at least get to the NLCS, it's a disappointing season. There's that. I guess the Brewers are trying to come back on the Reds. That Brewers team is really interesting to watch. All right. We're going to go drop this one off really quick. I'll be right back with you. All right, well, we got $10 for that order dropped off. We're gonna just head right back. I don't think we're gonna park at Magic Dumpster again, but we're just gonna kind of keep moving. Actually, we gotta head towards gas. Let me do this. We're gonna check the Upside app because we always like getting cash back on our gas. Ooh, wow. 38 cents a gallon cash back. We're definitely taking that. So just a friendly little plug. If you're not getting cash back on your gas, restaurants, groceries, check out the Upside app. Use my code ZKS75E and that'll get you a bonus to get you started. I've gotten over $800 cash back personally. So this is not sponsored by Upside, but that's my affiliate code. And I'm telling you, $800 is not chump change, and that's in like a year and a half. It's a lot of gallons and tanks of gas that I've been able to get back. So we're gonna go gas up here really quick because the light is on, so we gotta do that. Pause DoorDash here really quick, just because I don't want to take it. But the gas station is just a mile down the road that we had to go anyway. Trump, how's it going? Do they serve gluten-free? Well, so the delivery I just did was from it was from a sushi place downtown. So I don't know if they have gluten-free options there or not. All right, Mets are up here in the bottom of the third inning. They're now down 4-3. Every team has scored in every half inning so far this game. So lots of runs, no pitching. I'll give you a couple of more updates here, but yeah, we're going to keep on going with deliveries here as soon as we get everything gassed up on here. So anyway, yeah, so when you gas up, use the Upside app, UPSIDE, and you can use my affiliate code ZKS75E. That gets you a bonus on your first fill-ups, and I'm using it on groceries now too. We don't really go out to eat, but if we did, I would definitely look for it. And it's actual cash back. So I usually cash out every couple of days, and I can show you I just cashed out today like 20 bucks. Usually takes about 2 days to hit the bank account. So not bad at all. Jeff McNeil strikes out here in the bottom of the third inning. Mark Vientos is up for the Mets now. Here in the bottom of the third inning, there are 2 outs. 1-0 count to Swaggy Marky V. This is Mark Vientos' first start in about 5 games, I think. And Vientos pops out, and the Mets do not score. 4-3 Mariners going to the top of the 4th. So now the Mets are behind, and they got to not get further behind. We're going to just pop in the gas station here real quick. All right, so we're on commercial break right now as we're going to the top of the 4th. Technically not commercial break on SNY. They're honoring some veterans, it sounds like. I'm not watching, just listening. All right. All right, I'm going to take a picture of it, Lisa, because if I open it, I don't know what's going to happen to the stream. I will check it out. So yeah, so Upside started offering cash back on groceries in my market, and it's been crazy. And I've been pairing that with some Instacart stuff, and it's really been nice. So I'll check it out. Grassi is live. Awesome, American Walmarts. Hopefully we will run into Sir Grassi again this year. All right, I'm gonna gas up. By the way, I'll show you that I'm not just all talk here. Let me just show you lifetime earnings. I want to make sure I'm not showing something I can't show you. I think I can show you all this. There's my lifetime earnings on Upside. What are we up to? $874. I'm going to make a new video on it once I hit 1,000. My initial goal is to get 540 cash back. And so I'll show you. This is my QR code. If you guys want to scan that, or just when you sign up, ZKS75E. So I'm getting this one tonight is 37 cents a gallon. So I love it. And Lisa, I will also check out your link. It's not even the best one in town. There's other places. I got one place is 43 cents a gallon, and so it's good stuff. All right, I'm gonna go get gassed up. Yeah, I mean, with Upside, I've been cashing out almost every other day. So, all right, let me gas up because I got to get DoorDash back on. I hate actually gassing up in the middle of a shift, but like I said, I didn't have the car today. So, what's Grubhub sending us? 7 for 10? No. By the way, from that earlier stream tonight, we took a 14 for 3 on Uber Eats. That final tip did come through as the full 14. So one good Uber Eats order. I used to get a ton of them on a Friday night, but that's just how it goes. Things keep changing. You can't lament it. You just got to adjust and do what's right for you. We visited Magic Dumpster once. We might head that general direction again. By the way, American Walmarts, how are you doing tonight? And who else we have here? Sakrine? Good morning to you. Good evening from me. We've got some pretty clouds going on. Got some pink, some blue. Looks like cotton candy out there tonight a little bit. We're just past our sunset time. Somebody's honking and angry at somebody. No, eBay's been pretty solid. There's a ground rule double for the Mariners. Yeah, no, eBay was good. I had like 6 eBay orders today. So I've been trying to list 2 clothing items and sell 2 clothing items a day. That's the next landmark. I'm not quite there yet. I don't have enough clothing inventory to do it, but we're gonna keep listing the 2 till that kind of catches up, and then we'll start working on 3 a day. All right, let me get all that in here really quick. All right, we are gassed up, ready to go. We're gonna get DoorDash on right away. So, there's a strikeout by Manaea on a Rosarena. So Manaea gets out of the inning. The Mets do not give up any runs. They remain down 4-3 going to the bottom of the 5th. No, I'm not shopping at Home Depot for $7 on DoorDash, really on any app. I don't like shopping Home Depot at all. Really, I only do grocery shopping at this point. Trying to think if there's occasion, I guess. I took a Target the other day because it was really good pay, but it was such a horrible order to shop because it was like all this cosmetics and nail polish. I do take some CVS and Walgreens stuff, especially late at night. If it's like under 5 to 10 items, and I can just shop it real quick and drop it off. I'll turn this around for your viewing pleasure, at least as best as I can show you. Show you some palm trees. Sorry, it's partially blocked, I know, but yeah, at least get a little bit of the vibes of Southwest Florida. That's not quite as good of a view over there. That's just buildings. Stardashian, it's been well. How have you been? So, looking forward to getting back on the YouTube live stream side, as I've got a slightly better rotation going with everything. By the way, I mentioned this, I got to keep an eye on my front left headlight. If I can't get it to stay on, and I'm not really sure it's on right now, I might have to scooch home and call it quits early, because it is just about sunset here, and I really don't want to get pulled over tonight. I mean, I really don't ever want to get pulled over, but it just doesn't stay, something's loose. So I'm going to go maybe try to go park and see if I can figure out what's wrong with it quickly, because it is getting dark fast. I just can't, both my headlights are so dim anyway. So I don't really use my headlights to see. I just use them because they're required. I use street lights and everybody else's headlights to see. You just moved today, Stardashians? Well, congrats on the move. I wish you lots of success in your new location. I think we had talked about that a long while ago, so. Cedric Mullins strikes out for the Mets here. See, and this is kind of maybe the difference between the Mets pitchers and other teams, is like Luis Castillo's had a rough start to this game, but he's been able to just kind of snap out of it and kind of get back control of everything again. So we're just gonna at least temporarily go park by Magic Dumpster. It is the time of night where the best orders tend to come in downtown, but I also just want to get parked because I cannot tell if my headlight is on. So we'll see. You know, it's not like orders stay good forever here. We're not in season. It's not our busy time of year. Did the Brewers tie it up? Brewers tied it up. The Brewers are down 8-1 on the Reds, or against the Reds. They tied the game up. Oh, we might have to honk at people here. They're going to be blocking the intersection. Supposed to clear the intersection. Got to give them a little honk. This is the thing, if you get one headlight out, the police will pull you over. But if you block an intersection, they don't care. I got to do a little self-policing around these parts. And speaking of self-policing, let me just park and check my headlight, see if it's actually still on. I think it might be, actually. Hold on. I'll be back. It is not. My headlight is not still on. All right, we're gonna try to fix this here once and for all. Well, the Reds are only one game out of the wild card behind the Mets, so I'm gonna actually turn off the car really quick. Sorry. I'll be back with you guys shortly. We're gonna try to fix this headlight. All right, Mauricio gets on. Mauricio steals a base. Francisco Lindor with a home run. The Mets are back in front 5-3. So I'm working on my lighting here. I'm trying to figure out why. I think it's a wiring issue. It's not a bulb issue. It's like the wire is loose. So the Mets are up 5-3, or 5-4 here. Sorry. I'm gonna fiddle with this headlight a little bit. If I'm not confident I can leave it on, we're just gonna go home, and we can continue to stream unless we get pulled over. But I'm gonna try to just get this fixed because I'd like to stay out and deliver. Juan Soto flies this one, and that's out of here. Back-to-back home runs for the Mets. 6-4 Mets. It's Juan Soto's 30th home run of the year. Well, if I'm not going to do deliveries, might as well see the Mets get some hits. All right. I'll come on update if the Mets do something else again here. Hold on. Let me do this. Let's go, D-Rails. Yeah, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me change something here really quick. All right. I just got to restart the car here. Also, remember to bring home a plunger. So I'm going to fiddle with this light for a few more minutes. I don't think I have any tape or anything. I think this is my tomorrow project. Nimmo hits a ball to the corner too. That's going to be a double easily for Nimmo. All right, hold on. I'm going to go work on this headlight again really quick. All right. Well, we're going to give it a try, and if it goes out one more time, we're going to have to quit for the night. But just life being on the road here. Pete Alonso's up. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Pete. Is Castillo tipping his pitches? I mean, he is just throwing pretty much straight fastballs. Alonso just misses that. That's going to be a fly out to right field. The Mets do retake the lead. It's 6-4. Yeah, that Milwaukee-Cincinnati game is 8-8 in the top of the 5th inning. So pitching is at a premium right now, that's for sure, for a lot of teams, it seems like. I mean, I know Major League Baseball wants offense, but I would love to see them raise the mound an inch. I'd like to see more dominant pitching performances, personally. That's how I feel as a baseball fan. All right. So we are going to the top of the 5th inning. Cal Raleigh is up for the Mariners. So the Mets do have the lead once again. I think we're going to move. I know I haven't been here for too long actually trying to get orders because we were working on the headlight, but I need to kind of test this headlight out anyway. I do have to stop at my in-laws' place too before I go home to get a plunger because we clogged the toilet. Fun life stuff. And then if we have to go home because this light won't stay on, then we can just continue Met Stream from home. And I'll work on some eBay stuff while we do that. So Manaea still pitching for the Mets here. Yep. I was the one who did it though, so I guess serves me right. It wasn't the kids this time. So we don't actually own a plunger. So luckily we have in-laws in town, so I'm gonna go borrow their plunger. Which their place is down the south end of town here too, so I'm gonna just drive a little bit and just go park and check to see if the headlight is staying on. If not, I need to get home because I've gotten warnings for my headlight being out before. So the last thing I really want to do is get pulled over again, because they're gonna be like, how come you didn't fix it? I'm like, well, I did. It just broke again. It's an 04 Pontiac Vibe. What do you expect? The wiring is loose. I figured that out. It's because the bulb was not burnt out. I fixed it multiple times. In fact, I might even have... I just can't... There's not much I can really do in the dark here. So I'm just going to go run to Turco Taco really quick. Get over yourself. I was in the circle ahead of you. There's no yield. I don't know what you're talking about. Just because you don't know how to run a circle doesn't mean I don't know. I don't have to yield to you if I'm in there first. There's another strikeout from Minaya. It'd be really nice to see if Minaya can somehow get out of the 6th inning. All right, so we're just doing a little drive here just to reposition, but also because I know where there's a glass building where I can just see if the headlights are working still. Because like every little bump is what's knocking it loose. There's like a loose wire in the one headlight, so but if I tried to tuck it in where it won't move, but if that doesn't work, it's just going to be time to head home. We'll go check it out though. So Turco Taco is near some other buildings that are glass, so I can just, if there's room, if there's a parking spot. It's busy over here. Normally I can just pull up. Wow, there's no space at Turco Taco. All right, here's what I'm going to do then, because I don't know for sure. I'm going to go to my in-laws' house and go grab the plunger, because I need to get that home tonight. And then I'll check the light from there. And if it's out, I'm just going to go straight home. Like, I'll fix it again, but then I'm going to go straight home. There's probably duct tape there at the in-laws too. I think it's still on in the car, based on the car in front of me, but I don't know how much I want to push it. It's not like there's orders coming in here. Ball's hit to Alonso, and the side is retired. Minaya gets out of the inning. It was almost what we needed. Well, it is what we needed as a Mets fan here. Mets need to keep scoring runs, though. As much as I like the bullpen additions we've made, the whole bullpen's been so overworked. You're running the red light. You're all stopping at the red light. Alright, so I paused DoorDash for now. It's already 8:30. It's kind of past peak orders anyway. And I'm out all day tomorrow, so we're going to try to do a Mets stream tomorrow, a Mets delivery stream, and then also a supper stream where those two do not intersect with each other. I don't know what time the Mets play tomorrow, though. How's it going, Savage Batman? Yankees suck. Right now, the Mets suck, I can tell you that. The Blue Jays have made a nice run in the AL East. I think they were last place in the division at one point. Worst to first run. So we are currently on our way to the in-laws to go get a plunger to take home with us. So that's going to be one of my projects when I get home. We can talk Mets while I plunge a toilet. How does that sound? Jeff McNeil is going to fly out for the first out here. Luzardo is pitching now for the Mariners. One out here. I think we're in the bottom of the 5th. Mark Vientos is up now. Are the Red Sox, do they have a playoff spot, or are they outside looking in right now, Savage? Tyler Rogers is warming up for the Mets. Vientos strikes out looking. The fact that Manaea got stronger as the game went on, I'll take that as progress for the Mets pitchers. Yeah, Ron Darling's talking about how Manaea made an adjustment. His fastball wasn't working. So he actually made an adjustment going to his slider. That's good. We need more Mets pitchers making actual adjustments. All right, so we're on our way to the in-laws to get a plunger. I might also see if there's if they have tape, because I think I could tape things under the hood a little bit just to keep the. It's just when the wires bend a certain way, the light goes out. So. Faulty wiring issue, because you know who rewired it? Me. You know who should not be wiring things? Me. But it held up for like over a year. I think I wired it over a year ago at this point. Maybe even a year and a half. So I think that's pretty good for someone who'd never done anything electrical in his life. We're gonna go figure out. It's a commercial break right now. The Mets are out of that inning. That's the bottom of the 5th. Going to the top of the 6th. Trevor Rogers is going to be pitching for the Mets here. Even if we end up going home because of the headlight, we're gonna still keep the stream going. So, well, I mean, the Red Sox looked like they were toast early in the season, Savage Batman. So yeah, you should be quite happy with how they're playing overall. Oh, we just sold some football cards on eBay. Some, just a lot of cards from 1977. Nothing special, but some old cards that we just had laying around. So love clearing out anything and everything right now. Everything's for sale. Because even a lot of cards, if I can get like a buck or two out, I can take that money, reinvest it into the next product. All right, we're almost to the plunger. Solano is hitting for the Mariners, 2 balls, no strikes. Trevor Rogers pitching for the Mets. And Manaea could actually get the win in the game tonight, should the Mets not relinquish the lead for the rest of the way. Solano gets a base hit for the Mariners here. How's it going, Savage? So picking up a plunger, this is not part of the food delivery, gig delivery. It is, it's a gig. It's a gig for my family. Because our toilet got gigged up. A grounder that gets over to Jeff McNeely, makes the play, throwing over to first. Sounds like it was a good play. Didn't see it. But all right, I'm going to double check the lights, see how that held up on this little strip. It's first things first. All right, so far so good on the light. So what I'm going to do really quick, I'm going to go run in, try to go find a plunger. Maybe use the restroom myself. And maybe look for some tape too. A run's going to score, by the way. Mariners get another run in off of Trevor Rogers here. It's back to 6-5. 1-run lead for the Mets once again. The Mets just need to keep scoring runs non-stop till the pitchers come around. All right, I'll be back with you guys as quick as possible. We're going to go hunt for a plunger real quick. All right, we're back. We got the plunger. It's here. And then I got some duct tape. So I'm gonna go try to rig up the light so it's not gonna move. So I'll feel a little bit more comfortable driving. All right, plunger secured. We tried to secure. I'm gonna give it a run. It lasted that whole time, and now I think it's in a pretty good spot. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna try to deliver a little bit longer here. Let me get you updated on the game first before we start moving. We're going to the top of the 7th. It is 6-5 Mets over the Mariners. So Mariners were able to score 1 run in the top of the 6th. The Mets went down quickly in the bottom of the 6th. All right, with that being said, I'm going to actually do this because my dash was scheduled to end at 9 anyway. We're going to go ahead and just start it. And we'll go see what sort of orders we can find, if any. There's $2 for 2 miles on Uber Eats. That is not the type of order we're looking for. We're gonna go, I don't think we're gonna stop anywhere. We already got our one Magic Dumpster order. It was a nice one. It was like $10 for 4 miles or something like that. But we're gonna drive past downtown and just kind of head towards the central part, which is also kind of near my home. But down there, that's where some of our late night bar food is. So we'll stay on to the end of the Mets game here. I do like that the Mets are going to Ryan Helsley here. Helsley's had a couple of tough outings, but give him a clean inning, a fresh start, at home, a new team. So hopefully he can bounce back here, have a nice, good outing. This is why you traded for him, so you got to trust him. There's a curveball from Helsley. Two balls and no strikes to Cal Raleigh, who already has 1 home run in the game here tonight. definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in this Mariners lineup. The Brewers have taken the lead over the Reds. It is 9-8. The Reds were up 8-1 in that game. That is good for Mets fans because the Reds are the team closest to catching the Mets in the wild card standings. We're going to head downtown. Yeah, Jaeger. I think that's the way to do it. If you want to try out gold, take one a day. And I would say this, if the first one's good, take a second one. Like, just say, I'm going to take orders till I get an atrocious one. And then once you get an atrocious one, you take it, you complete it, and then you just leave the app off for the rest of the day. But we got lots of police up ahead here. I'll let you guys figure out what's going on. I don't know what's going on there. We're not going to stop and sit anywhere right now, at least not until we get, in the very least, a Cheesecake Factory, or maybe a little further over. But maybe even all the way to Miller's Ale House. Riley's going to hit that one to the corner. He's going to have a double here. It's his second extra base hit of the game, 63rd of the season. I'm telling you, Cal Raleigh for MVP. He's my pick. He is. Everybody expected the Yankees to be there, or most everybody, and they're not really in contention. Meanwhile, a lot of people didn't think the Mariners had any shot, and they're here. So tomorrow, Mets game is at 4 o'clock. So the plan is to be live for Mets at 4. Then after the game is over, we'll take a little break, and then we'll just do a 7 to 9 or something like that. We'll take a little break. And then we'll go live for the second half of supper. There's a strikeout for Helsley and the Mets. Got people crossing when they're not supposed to be crossing. But a lot of times those people would have gotten squished, because a lot of people fly that corner and don't look. Not me, though. I don't trust anybody on the roads. I barely trust myself. So we're driving down kind of our main strip of town here, looking for anything we can find. I'm going to stick with you guys as long as the light keeps working and the Mets game is on. That's the plan. When one of those two things quit, then I'm going home. Go see if we can find pizza deliveries, or I don't know. lemonade. I guess we'll take it? Question mark. It's technically a large catering order. It's $15 for 9 miles. Almost 16 for just over 9. And there's going to be a hit, and the Mariners are going to tie up the game. So yeah, since we're going to be Mariners have tied it up again, and Helsley has blown another lead. Some guys just aren't cut out to play in New York. I don't know if Helsley's that guy or not, but so we took that. It's going to be 16 for 9 miles. We got a nice full tank of gas. It's pretty late, you know, it's after 9 o'clock, so you're not usually expecting catering orders after 9 p.m. So since I'm hanging out with you guys, we'll go ahead and do that. How's it going, Carrie? So, Mets are doing a pitching change right now. We are headed to Cheesecake Factory. We're going to get this large order. It's $15 for 10 miles. It'll be about 9. It's like 9.4, whatever it was when we accepted it. It'll be about 8, I would say, from when we pick it up to we drop it off. It's not a great drop-off location. But as far as I can tell, my headlight is working. And I have duct tape in the car if I need to fix it. Again, it's not a light bulb issue, it is a wiring issue. I got some loose wire. But it's just like when it jiggles around, the front left headlight goes off. But I would prefer to make money. So we're gonna try. As long as we can be safe, that's what matters. I'll give you the full breakdown of this order. There's some fun stuff in here. And it's late enough that hopefully they will be ready pretty quick. This Cheesecake Factory has gotten a lot better recently. I used to have to wait here a lot. Like, it was a 5 to 10 minute wait almost every time, but they've gotten a lot better. There's chicken jalapeno fritters. There's quesadilla with chicken quesadilla. Chicken taquitos, sliders, fish and chips, pineapple upside down cheesecake. A lot of good options here in this. It's a nice, it's larger. I still think it means $100 plus as far as I know. And do what we always do. We're going to always mark things as delayed right away because that gives us a little bit of bonus time. We're going to go check, see if this order is ready. There's no drinks, so that's good. All right, we will be back shortly. And the Mariners have taken the lead. How's it going? It has been a while. We're going to be getting back to doing more ride-alongs here, so excited for that. We just grabbed this Cheesecake Factory. It's like $15 for 9 miles. It's been, you know, what the summer's been. And the Mariners are going to score another run as the Mets continue to implode. All right, let's see what our actual mileage is here for the drop-off. Got to go 7.9 miles. Oh, hold on. I'm going to just double check. I think my headlight is good. Just got to double check that. Yeah, so the wiring on the left front headlight has been wonky tonight, but looks good for now. It's just the whole Mets team. The whole Mets team. It's just amazing. I don't know what the score is. Is it 8-6 or something like that now? No lead is safe. No pitcher can pitch for this team. I mean, it's kind of one of those. It's pretty phenomenal how in sync in a bad way this whole Mets team has been for 2 months. And that nobody was willing to kind of call this out from the leadership of the Mets earlier than what it was. And even the moves they made at the deadline was like, oh, this team just needs one little thing to get better. No, the team needed a much bigger overhaul. We're going to be going right by this high school football stadium here. And based on all the teenagers I see running around, pretty sure the game just ended. All right, Brooks Raley just got a strikeout there, so there's 2 outs for the Mariners here. Mets are down by 2, I believe. Yeah, leadership. But I mean, so what would be your fix? I mean, to what level? So you can't fire Cohen. Do you put it as a Stearns problem, Rels? Do you put it as a player leadership problem? There's like people crossing here, going super slow. Yeah, so they got like crossing guards and everything out right now. I guess the game is still going on. But just a lot of people going everywhere. First football game of the season. College football or high school football is on. There's a fair ball going to the corner. 2 more runs score. And the Mets meltdown continues. It is 10-6. So I can't read all that at the moment, Rels. I'll get caught up in a second. I'm not ignoring you. I got one car. We're just trying to figure out where we're going here, and cars with blinding lights. I do think Stearns was overconfident at the trade deadline. I would say so there's a couple things that I see. Just kind of off the top of my head. I think Cohen wants to win. I don't have any doubt that. I think Stearns is a good Pobo. People are obviously not happy with him, but I do think Stearns went into the deadline overconfident. And I think maybe his overconfidence in his pitcher picking skills, I think that's come back to hurt the Mets. I do think also the idea that they didn't actually give some of these young guys a chance earlier in the season. I think that ultimately could hurt them as well, simply because you want to see those guys when the pressure's not on. And it reminds me a lot of a couple of years ago when the Mets brought Alvarez up to try to save the season, and this is when the Mets were melting down. And remember how Alvarez came up and he felt like he had to hit a home run every single at bat, and he was over swinging, and it was just like you're putting way too much pressure on kids when you bring them up at the wrong time, because of this whole service time manipulation and some of that other stuff. I know they're trying to maintain rookie eligibility and stuff like that. Like, I understand that it's a business, but also part of the business is when you promise a winning team, that you have to deliver on a winning team. But my other thing is cultures are cultures, right? Cultures can be changed and they can be shifted. And the culture of Phil Mickelson was he always fails in majors until he didn't. He was able to change the culture. Now, it's easier to change your individual culture than a team culture, but cultures are there. So I don't know. I just don't know where. I do think the Mets need to get grittier. When you look at the type of player that is on the Phillies roster, it's that tougher, grittier type of player. Grounded to McNeil, and he throws out Rosarena at first base. Going to the bottom of the seventh, Mets are down 10-6. We have about 4.5 miles to go on this delivery. This is a $15 for like 9.5 mile. Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. And so, but can you do that by can you sign a couple of gritty guys and change the culture that way? Like, or do you think you, like, right, so from the football standpoint, as a Dolphins fan, I get frustrated with a lot of the same things. And it's just hard. It's hard to get gritty guys that want to go to South Beach. South Beach attracts guys who want to party. It's just kind of the nature of it. It's like it just attracts the party people. But like, I don't know if you can just sign 2 or 3 gritty guys and have a full makeover of the team. I feel like somehow this needs to be built into them. Some step is being missed in the minor league development of these guys. Oh, I know exactly where I'm going. I used to live in this community that I'm going to, this drop-off. Yeah. I mean, I think that's an interesting, because you're now 2 seasons into Mendoza, almost 2 full, but we're going to round it up. And you've had major losing streaks in both of them. And yes, we do remember the magic of last season, but that magic only had to happen because the team got off to such a poor start. And this season is almost like the opposite of last season. They started out on fire and then they just completely fell off a cliff. So, I don't think Mendoza's going to get fired no matter what happens. I think teams value the stability. Maybe he should. I don't know. I'm sure fans will want him fired. But I don't think he's on the hot seat this year. I think that can be what it is. But all right, let's see if the Mets hitters have any fight in them tonight. Nimmo's at the plate for the Mets. Down 10-6 in the bottom of the seventh. Just got to chip away. Get some base runners. Put a little pressure on. Work the bullpen. They didn't give me a gate code. I wonder if the gate's not working because the gate never worked in this community. Or I wonder if my old gate code still works. I still know it. D-Rails, do you think you could simply just swap managers and that would maybe not fix the culture, but do you think that would significantly improve it? Like, what do you think is the number one? Do you put Mendoza as the number one problem? Nimmo strikes out for the first out in the seventh. You know, because you see the Phillies, they keep getting the same type of guy over and over and over again. Not necessarily the same skill set type of guy, but the same rough-nosed player. Same clutch type of player over and over and over again. From Real Muto to Harper to Brandon Marsh to, you can just, Schwarber. Just kind of name him over and over and over again. They keep getting that hard-nosed type of player. We're almost to our drop-off. Pretty far out there. There is a chance we could catch something back to downtown, but it's slow and it's a $15 order. From a pure baseball standpoint, this has been a super fun game, but from a Mets fan standpoint, this is a lousy game. Yeah, the gate is just wide open. The gate in this place basically never works. I haven't been in here in quite a while, though. All right, I think we're back. Sorry about that. That delivery, we got it dropped off. Got our $15 and you can have some nice guys on a team, but you probably don't want all nice guys on a team. Nimmo makes a sliding grab there. 2 outs. Top of the 8th. Mets are down by 5, by the way. Mariners scored another run here. It was a double by Cal Raleigh followed by a double by Julio. Julio's still on second base as we speak. I didn't see the play. Did he give up on it? The way they were announcing it, it's kind of sounded like, ooh. So it's 11-6 Mariners, top of the 8th. The Brewers are ahead of the Reds. But at this point in time, I've been in this position so many times. Teams. Alonso makes a diving stop. That's going to retire the side. Montas only gives up 1 run. I guess that's good. I'm just so tired of cheering for my team's opponents to lose. Like, the Mets shouldn't even be in this position where we're battling for a playoff spot with the Reds. It's like, I almost feel like it's not worth giving it the dignity of celebrating that the Brewers came back to beat the Reds to help the Mets. Because the Mets can't help themselves. He walked to the ball. Ooh, that's not going to play well. Was that on the Cal Raleigh one or was that on the Julio one, D-Rails? I'll go back and watch it later. Going to the bottom of the 8th here, Mets are down 11-6. We're just driving, trying to see if there's any more good orders out here. Yeah, well, it will be interesting to see. I mean, if somebody goes, this would be the order I think that people would be fired, and it might be all of them. I think Eric Chavez goes no matter what. They're so loyal to Hefner. I don't know if Hefner goes, but it's been painful. So I would say Chavez, Hefner, Mendoza would be the order if the Mets do decide to do some firing. I'm fairly certain Chavez is going to be gone at the end of the season no matter what. We're going to head in the direction of home because it's pretty late out here. McNeil gets a leadoff hit here. Uh, 10 for 15 miles. We're going to pass on that. This would be a good spot for Vientos to hit a home run. Low pressure, get his swing back. Vientos is down 0-2 though. So I would love to see Vientos get his feet back under him. I think the Mets just need to get to the point where they're just playing this baseball. Not just talking tonight, I'm saying over the next 6 weeks. This offense owes this pitching staff the ability to just absolutely carry them. I'm not going to say that I think this pitching staff is like top 5 in baseball, because it's definitely not. But I also don't think it's quite as bad as they've played. They certainly were not as good as they played in the first half of the season. I think they're missing a number 1 and a number 3 starter. I would want a true ace, followed by Senga, followed by 3, followed by Manaea, followed by Peterson as a 5. And I mean, I get it. Peterson had a great first half, and he was an all-star. I still would rather him be our number 5. I'm not in love with Manaea either. But based on who we have in this makeup, or you could switch. You could switch Peterson, put Manaea as the 5, Peterson as the 4. But Kodai Senga is really an ace, and I don't think he does well. I don't think he really does well as an ace. I like Senga as a 2. Some low orders here we're passing on. I don't expect there to be too much more. How's it going, Pete? Good to hear. Always working to improve, right? No quit. Sometimes life's going to hit you hard. Got to get back up, hit it back. But I'm glad to be live and hanging out with you guys again. We're going to be doing this a whole lot more now that we're into the fall. Hopefully the orders will be better. It wasn't horrible, but we're only at like $75 for 4 hours. Home run! Francisco Alvarez with a 3-run shot. Thank you, Rouse. Appreciate it. This is what I was doing last year. We started with football stuff. I'm just listening to the stream, not watching it most of the time. Well, good for Alvarez. I'm going to head to where I think there's a chance of getting good orders since this game is still going on. So that's going to bring the score to 11-9, I believe. So it is good to see the Mets bats punching back. And Francisco Lindor has caught fire the last couple of games, so Mariners going to a pitching change here, so it's 11-9 Mets. I mean, like I said before, as a Mets fan, this game has been a tough game. But as a baseball fan, these are the games I love to watch. You know, I don't know how many people out there watch baseball games other than their own team, but I watch a lot, especially West Coast. So I watch lots of Mariners, Angels. Sometimes I'm stuck with the Dodgers. But I especially like watching Mariners and Angels games. pass on that. $7 for 6 miles for Chipotle. I'm actually really close to my home right now, but we're not going to go home yet. We'll at least try to find one more order. We'll keep delivering until the game is over. Headlight's still working, so a little bit of duct tape solved my problems. Not the first time, probably won't be the last. All right, so we're headed to some bar food here. We don't have an order yet, but Miller's Ale House. It's about the best place to get orders from like the 10 o'clock on. Especially best place to have a chance to get high orders. Of course, there's always McDonald's, Taco Bell. Every once in a while I get a decent Papa John's order this time of night, but Miller's Ale House is the best place to try to get a $10, $15, $20 order. So that's where I'm going to head. Well, as always, appreciate you guys hanging out. I know it's been a while. We will be live tomorrow at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. for Mets Mariners. Same thing that we're doing today, food delivery. 4 o'clock to the end of the game, and then we'll do a second food delivery stream after that for an hour or so, talking side hustle stuff. So all right, Lindor is up for the Mets with 1 out. Somebody just struck out. Was that Mauricio that just struck out? I missed the context of who that was, but that's what I figured we were at the bottom of the order. I just wasn't sure if they had pinch hit Beatty or not there. When you're not watching the game, and I should probably listen to the radio broadcast because they do better descriptions. Because TV broadcasters, they're just announcing to go along with what you're seeing on the TV. Whereas radio announcers are describing it to you because they know you're not watching, or generally assume you're not watching. But I like to be able to actually turn and watch the game when I'm parked, so I got the SNY stream going. Yeah, they said he was smiling. They said it was a nasty pitch, so. Well, we're seeing all sorts of DoorDash orders, but none of them are good right now. Vitalik, yep, double stream. We're gonna do a double tomorrow too, 4 o'clock and roughly 7 o'clock. So we'll do a Mets stream, and then I should check. I don't know when the Dolphins play. They played on Sunday. I don't even know if they played this week or not, or if they're popped up by Lindor here. And the Mets are out of the inning. So the Mets have not won a game that they were losing after 8 yet this entire season. So they will have an opportunity to do so here tonight. Once again. They've also blown leads 4 straight games, 5 straight games now. Appreciate it, Vitalik. So, orders are pretty slow, but we're going to try to find something. Going to try to find an order here. We'll hang with you guys till the end of the Mets game for sure tonight. After that, we're going to probably cut off the stream right away. I'm going to go home and probably going to work on a little bit of eBay. I got some non-clothing things I'm trying to get listed. Well, here's a Miller's Ale House. Is that what we want? No, that's not what we want. Not good enough. It's the right restaurant, not the right price for our money. It's a very long red light that we're sitting at here. And by the way, we will we already have some Dolphins emojis for our custom emojis for our members. We'll add some Mets emojis in too here. At some point, when I get a chance, I'll make some Mets emojis for us. Alright, we're going to just park at this Miller's Ale House or near it. I haven't actually hung out here late at night in a long time, quite a few months, so we'll see if we can spike one more good order. Alright, it's 11-9, top of the 9th. Montas is going to pitch again. Pitch the 8th, he's going to pitch the 9th as well. That extra run given up there in the 8th, though, is tough. It's like now the Mets have to figure out how to score 2. I did mention to you guys before that we got a football game in town here. Sorry, I'm backing in to a parking spot. This is not an easy parking lot to get out of, so I always back into this one. So I don't know. Maybe there'll be some good late night orders from Taco Bell, McDonald's, Papa John's. We're within range of quite a few of those. But what I get to do is at least I get to watch the game here for a minute. We're parked. So appreciate everybody hanging out. Make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're on our way to 2,000 subscribers on this channel at 1911. All right, there's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled back. Just chill a little bit here. We got the Mets game going on. Throw up the DoorDash in the background. So we're right in the middle of a red zone. Moore rips that one. That's going to be a double. It's amazing. I mean, it is almost comical. It really is almost comical how bad this pitching staff is. All right, JP Crawford's up for the Mariners now. Let me refresh the chat, make sure I'm all caught up on everything. There's a strike to Crawford. No balls, one strike. Montas pitching for the Mets. Mets are down 11-9. It's the top of the ninth. Mets have to keep this a 2-run game. Crawford just missed that. Does not tag on the play, so $5 for 6 miles on crumble cookies. We're going to pass on that. So we're just waiting for an order. Cole Young is up now for the Mariners. 11-9. Mariners over the Mets. Top of the ninth. Runner on second with 1 out. Cole Young is 3 for 4 tonight. He's had a great game for the Mariners. Most everybody in the Mariners starting lineup, I think, has had a good offensive game. The Brewers officially held on to beat the Reds after being down 8-1. That game is in the books. That's a strike there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cole Young. That's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're trying to have Montas be this long guy. I just don't understand. I never understood the Montas signing in the beginning. I just think this whole summer would have been a lot more fun had in June or July, when the injuries were hitting, had the Mets brought up some of these young guys. And even had they struggled then you would have known what you needed to do at the trade deadline. It's like Noah McLean's pitching tomorrow, so it's a shopping order on, and there's a walk. That's not the worst walk in the world right there. Even though he is the number 9 hitter. That's the bad part, but Soto, Nimmo, Alonso are due up in the 9th, so the Mets got to just not implode again to have a shot. All right, Arozarena with 1 out. Looking for that ground ball double play right here for the Mets. First pitch is a strike. It is Players Weekend, so players get to use all sorts of fun gear, and so Arozarena has the pencil bat going on today. I do like this. I do think stuff like that, it makes sense too, because it's tied in with Little League World Series stuff. I don't know if we'll be covering the Sunday night game, because my son and I might watch the Mets Little League World Series game, just us. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Arozarena, spiked in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. We are just sitting here. There's no good orders coming through. But here's a 2-2 pitch to a Rosarena. There's the grounder. Lindor. They're going to get the force at second. It was not hit hard enough to get the double play. So you got a force at first or second. Cal Raleigh gets up with runners on first and third. I mean, is there any temptation to walk him here? I don't know. I would think about it. There aren't many guys I would walk in this spot. Ohtani, Judge, Raleigh, Schwarber. Maybe those 4 guys this year. I certainly would not groove him anything here. You can always try to get him to chase, and then if he gets stuck, gets behind 2-0, $7 for 6 Mile Taco Bell. We're going to decline that. Oh, how is that not a strike? That was obviously a blown call there. Alvarez doesn't argue often. Let's see if we get a makeup call here. That one's fouled off. 2-1. Should be 1-2. I can't believe that was such a bad call. Like I said, we'll be with you guys 4 o'clock tomorrow for the Mets stream. Wow, I didn't even give him a makeup call. He could have done a makeup call on that pitch. Yeah. I would just intentionally walk him. Why even waste a pitch? I don't understand. Like, why wouldn't you just intentionally walk him at this point? Like, if you know you're going to walk him, why waste a pitch? Why try to miss when the next guy you got attacked? Because now the bases are loaded. Imagine like 2 or 3 years ago saying, like, we're going to pitch around someone to get to Julio. And Julio lines it right to Soto, and the Mets somehow get out of that absolute mess. All right, so we're going to the bottom of the 9th. The Mets are down by 2. We're going to stay with you guys to the end of this game. For better or worse, probably for worse, the way this team is playing, but nonetheless, we'll stay with you. And I'm going home to have some supper. Depressed Mets fan. How's it going, Brent? Yeah, I mean, for as good as this team could have been. It's almost mind-boggling how bad they are right now. I agree. I'm not going to yell and scream and get angry because I got more important things in life to deal with, but it's amazing. As a baseball game tonight, this is a very entertaining baseball game, and I hope that it ends the only way it should. The Mets need to know this is the night. I feel like, I don't want to say it's a make or break the season night, but if the Mets could come back here and win this game, and specifically win it in the ninth, I feel like this could really, they could use this as a springboard going forward. But, well, that's true. I mean, the only good thing is there's really not another good team. There's only 5 good teams in the National League. So, I mean, the Reds were up 8-1 on the Brewers tonight and lost. So, it's like, obviously, the Mets are going to have to win some games. I'm not saying the Mets feel like they deserve to even be in the playoffs. I'm not going to defend that. I'm a Dolphins fan, so I know all about, like, getting into playoff spots that you don't deserve. So, I get that. But there's really not a team behind the Mets that is a scary team on its surface. Let me just look at the wild card behind the Reds. I mean, it's the Cardinals. It's 61-61. But on the other hand, like, I don't want to be the person here who's, like, cheering for teams to have to beat the Reds to get in. Your Dolphins as well, Rels? Well, great. We'll be suffering all fall together as well. Yeah, I'm Mets Dolphins. Born in Florida, raised in New Jersey. That's where I got my loyalties from. Probably had the Marlins or Rays been around when I was born, I probably would be that, but yeah, no false hope. Yeah, I have zero expectations for the Dolphins this season. And my only expectation is if the Dolphins don't make the playoffs, they're going to blow up the whole thing and start over. They have to. So, Soto is leading off here for the Mets. Bottom of the ninth, 2 balls, 1 strike. And the Mets are only down by 2. I'm going to say this. He has not had a great season, but that home run by Alvarez was really big. And didn't Alvarez have 2 home runs the other night too? So, after Soto, it's Nimmo and Alonso due up. Quinn Ewers? Well, yeah, I mean, maybe we'll see. The early reports is that Quinn Ewers is not looking great in camp. I haven't really seen. I like the pick, by the way. I was a fan of the Ewers pick, not necessarily to replace Tua, but swung through that. That was too big of a swing for 2 strikes. I mean, it's a good pitch, but Soto pulled his head. Yeah, it was a good pitch, but I think Soto took too big of a swing with 2 strikes on that one. All right, Nimmo's up. Mets need a bloop and a blast. So, yeah, I mean, I have not watched any Dolphins preseason, so I'm not. Just the little bit that I've read is some people said he might not make the cut of the team. I think he'll make the cut of the team. But there's a grounder. The first baseman flips to the pitcher. There's 2 outs. So now Pete can't win the game. That had the potential, had that been misplayed, had the potential of... All right, Pete is up. This is it. Once, we're not seeing any good orders come in on DoorDash right now, or Uber, or anywhere. So once the game is over, we are going to cut the stream. We will be live tomorrow at 4. So make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm going to put some notifications too on my sports channel that we're going to be doing this more over here now as well. And if you guys are looking to get going with other side hustle stuff, whether it be eBay or food delivery, make sure you check out everything else we got on the channel for you. That was a one hopper, and the game is over, and the Mets lose once again. Yeah, that would have been nice. I'm all here for the Vientos arc, but that's not going to be how it plays out tonight. I didn't like Soto's big swing with 2 strikes. I will say this. I know Mets fans don't like... Sounds good, Rels. I know some fans don't like finding positives and negatives, but I'm going to tell you this. I do like what I'm seeing from Lindor right now, and I like what I'm seeing from Francisco Alvarez. So the Franciscos are the 2 highlights that I'm seeing, but it's a rough stretch. Thankfully, the Reds blew the game. I want to hear about some things getting smashed in the Mets clubhouse tonight. So, anyway, we'll be live 4 o'clock tomorrow doing Mets and food delivery, same thing we did tonight. As always, please hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're going to be doing food delivery and sports coverage for Mets and Dolphins, baseball and football over here for the foreseeable future. So we'll be doing it live as much as we possibly can. Appreciate you all as always. Thank you so much. Sorry we couldn't bring you a win, but wins are hard to come by for Mets fans right now. So anyway, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great night, everybody.